Yesterday morning I was dreaming great and beautiful things of the Lord. I woke up abruptly again to the same blinking king star. I woke so quickly that I didn't remember the dreams. I went to the restroom, then I made the mistake of looking at my phone. I was hurt by something I saw, so I rolled over and prayed and prayed. I asked for a verse and he gave me Jeremiah 19:12, but the whole chapter, really. This is how I will treat this place and its inhabitants, declares the Lord, so as to make this city like Topeth. Topeth is the very fires they passed their child sacrifice through. God told Jeremiah the prophet, "Thus says the Lord, go and buy a clay jar from a potter. Take along some of the elders and priests and go to the valley of Ben-Hinnom, by the entrance of the potsherd gate, and proclaim there the words I tell you. Say, hear the words of the Lord. I believe this is to us this day. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I am about to bring calamity upon this place, that will make the ears of everyone who hears of it tingle. Because they have forsaken me, and made this an alien place, because they have burned sacrifices to other gods, possibly the same gods now as our forefathers, and because they have filled this place with the blood of the innocent. They have built the high places of Baal to burn their children in fire as burnt offerings to Baal, a thing I never commanded or spoke of, nor did it ever enter my mind. Therefore, behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, when this place will be called the Valley of Slaughter. I will cause them to fall by the sword, before their enemies, and by the hand of those who seek their life. I will give their carcasses as food for the birds of the sky and the beasts of the earth. I will also make this city a desolation and an object of horror. Everyone who passes by it will be appalled and will scoff because of its plagues. I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and daughters, and they will eat one another's flesh, because their enemies will press the siege so hard against them to destroy them. Then you are to break the jar in the sight of the men who go with you, and say to them, Thus says the Lord of hosts, even so I will break this people and city, even as one breaks a potter's vessel, which cannot be made whole again, and they shall bury them in Topeth, till there be no place to bury. This is how I will treat this place and its inhabitants, declares the Lord, so as to make this city like Topeth. The houses will be defiled like the place of Topeth, because all the houses on whose rooftops they burned sacrifices to all the heavenly hosts and poured out drink offerings to other gods. Tophet is an actual place with an archaeological dig where they found hundreds of these jars with inscriptions of vows to other gods. The children's cremated remains inside were all under 3 months old. This paints a picture of why Jeremiah was told to buy a jar and break it. In verse 14, Jeremiah came out of this doomed land, where he, like some nowadays, was sharing the prophecy of the Lord. It says he stood in the court of the Lord's house, and that's where I believe we will be. For thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I am about to bring on this city and all its towns the entire calamity that I have declared against it, because they have stiffened their necks so as not to heed my words. Please pray for him to show himself to you. Humble yourself and seek him before it's too late.